came to shooting, we focus, won't miss. That's culture. Check. Can't break down if we rolling, won't quit. That's culture. Check. It's a trend in the moment, we in motion, legit. That's culture. Check. Speak loud, no wonder we boating, we lit. That's culture.
Check. What up, world? It's a Culture Check. Back at it again.
What's going on, y'all?
What's good with y'all and everything? What we got going on today in this episode, I'm going to get right into it. I ain't even going ahead with no introduction.
But before we get started, let's talk about one thing that happened last night.
Quick, small thing. Go ahead, bro. Let them off.
So, since we are Tampa natives, something happened, at a nightclub last night with DaBaby hitting a woman.
Oh, so it was a woman?
Yes, it was.
So how do y'all feel about that?
Okay, so if y'all don't know,
basically, like, he was walking into the club, and this girl literally, like, had the flash and, like, flashed it in his face, and then, like, came back. So, like, obviously, when you have flash in your eyes, you're going to, like, react to it. So he just, like, literally swung at her. If you want to see the video, go on TMZ, Instagram. It's all over the place.
YouTube, everywhere, yeah.
But how do y'all feel about that? Like, in his situation, like, would you do what he did, or would you, like, just keep it moving? And have his people handle it?
I would have told him, yeah, get the heck away from me. Like, what the hell? But it's like, but no, it's a woman, so I would have.
But like he said that he didn't know who it was.
Bro.
He just smacked it.
If I didn't see, yeah, I would have smacked it.
I think people need to stop going up to these celebrities with their phone way up in their face. That is uncomfortable. Because if you think about it on a regular, I'm not saying he was right, but I'm damn sure not saying he was wrong.
Exactly.
To a degree.
I feel like there was a way to prevent that. Like, if something happens, like, have your people handle it, not you.
Yeah.
Because you are the star. You are the celebrity going into a venue like that.
But we are people. We have reactions.
Obviously, people react to things. But
exactly.
It could have been handled a lot better than that. But then again, that girl shouldn't have been putting that camera up in his face like that. So.
I regret the fact, of course, that he hit any woman, any man hitting a woman. I regret that.
True that.
When I actually looked at his reaction time,
it was like quick.
His swing, his baby got.
I don't even think he looked at like who it was. Honestly,
what was that? A left hook or a right hook? I can't remember which hand it was.
The left palm. Yeah, the left palm. That's what it was.
His reaction is pretty quick. So yeah, watch out for the baby's hand.
Yeah, but speaking of that, since that's an artist, what we got on this episode coming up is we're gonna check our own culture and our top five music artists
of all time.
All
time.
Top
5 dead or alive.
Dead or alive. I like that. Dead or alive.
And we're going to mix it in with rappers and singers. So
I feel like we all have different styles of music.
Yeah,
so it's a free for all.
I ain't going to lie, different style. Because when I was living in Okinawa, Japan, Shania Twain, country singer, I was singing her music like, wow.
Oh.
That's something I don't tell much.
He was
have a thing for country
because he was in Okinawa.
That's
what is that? Okinawa?
It's in Japan.
That's Japan.
Why are you in Japan?
Oh, I'm a military brat. I was there for 3 years.
For military. Got it.
You already know.
Yeah. That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, but I'm sick of traveling. But anyway, these top 5 artists.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah, let Miles go first.
Let's talk about your top 5.
Oh, my top 5. All right, I got them right here. Now, this is no particular order. This is just top 5. I'm not trying to get too complex with that. But first one I'm going to mention, T.I., King of the South.
That's legitimate.
When I was younger, he was my favorite. I was like, yo, as rapper growing up.
What about him makes you your top 5?
I don't know. It was just like he had, because back then when I was growing up, especially in middle school, when I really started to listen to rap music for real, he had
he came out popping like in middle school.
He came out popping, but he was like rapping. But then he also had songs like Whatever You Like. He could mix it up smooth.
Like the Whatever You
exactly.
Like.
He had a nice tone. It wasn't hard, aggressive. I'm light skinned. You're about to see from my 5. You're about to see. Oh, he's light skinned. This is the type of music.
All of them is light skinned?
No, they're not all light skinned. But I'm just saying.
Damn, don't do that, man.
The type of music they made.
Got it.
Quote unquote the jokes for light skin. I listen to some hood ratchet stuff, but
so you saying all dark skinned people are just
I ain't
ratchet.
say that. I'm saying y'all put this problem on us about light skins are soft and lovey-dovey and romantic.
Wait. Who put what on what?
Y'all. The world. Damn it. The world.
I'm in no position to put you in anything.
The world. Don't front for the people, Cam.
I'm not front for nobody, Miles. Who gave y'all that light skin stigma?
I'm just saying, don't you? You know what? See, you getting me off topic like you always do.
I'm not doing nothing.
T.I., damn it. T.I.
Nothing.
And as you see how he is now with his whole family, I love the image how he was when he was
I like their
bad.
TV show.
Yeah,
and now the TV show is great.
Yeah,
T.I., keep doing your thing, man.
Actually, wasn't he on that show with Chance and Cardi, too?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you see how musically inclined he is? Businessman.
T.I. was a straight businessman.
Love what he represents. Next one. Throwback for y'all. Luther Vandross.
Ooh,
There's never a voice.
He's
He's one of them.
He's undefeated.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's undefeated.
You hear that voice, you know
Yeah.
who it is.
Luther's
Him
undefeated.
and Stevie.
You know who it is.
Yeah,
I agree with that, too.
They undefeated.
Yeah.
Them boys undefeated, man.
With Luther, after them is Chris Brown. I'm sorry, but this
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Come on now,
Nah,
genius.
Chris Brown is like
Too much music.
the most creative person I think of our generation.
He's,
as
like,
far as
I feel like
work.
he's the Michael Jackson of our generation.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like if he
Yeah.
wouldn't have, those allegations with the whole Rihanna thing, if that didn't happen, he would definitely be like Michael Jackson's.
Not
status.
even
What you
that.
mean? If it
That
did-
happened. He
look, it
still
happened.
is
It's
that.
still- I
but
gonna
I'm
say,
saying,
like,
imagine him if he didn't hit Rihanna,
Well,
where he would be.
His love for probably no one would.
Well, all right.
But
If
like-
he,
but like-
wait. How can you say if he didn't?
I mean, the fan base, like.
The fan base ain't
He
changed
still
to
got
me.
a big
all the
fan
women,
base,
all
bro.
the women still say they would
I
date
know,
him and he hit a
but
woman.
I feel like that stigma on him is gonna like
You know
it kind of
what?
like mess up his career. Because he literally got that allegation at his height of his career. So
You
it's
need
just
to
like,
watch. You need to watch the Boondocks. There was an episode that they actually did on Pretty Boy Flizzy.
I
And it's
remember
supposed
that.
to represent Chris Brown. Y'all should check it out. It was on season 3.
But I still think right now, I still personally think like he is definitely Michael Jackson's like equal for sure.
like,
Of
yeah.
this generation,
Yeah.
he's
As
on
far
Michael
as,
Jackson,
yeah,
and the
work and
closest to compare
creativity,
to creativity wise, yes.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Going up with next, something of nowadays, K Camp. He always has a vibe when I
Yeah.
want to feel good.
Tell me
Doing
where
something.
you are.
Yeah, I can say K Camp is always
That's
around.
my song.
He's
Comfortable.
consistent.
He's very
K Camp is
consistent.
just
that
consistent.
was
in what
very
my
he do.
jam.
Yeah, you're gonna say he consistent.
He's
Gotta
always
give him
it
that.
is always a vibe. It's always a vibe with his music.
What got you into him, like K Camp?
College, wasn't it?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm the type. Well,
College.
college did
Yeah,
when
I
I
can
heard him,
say.
but it's like I'm always the type. I did love the R&B. I love rap, but when you had that sexual rap, like even Pretty Ricky and all of them, they're not in it. But that type of style, it was rap, but it was sexual rap. I love that
You
stuff.
like that? I feel you.
And then to round about, we already mentioned him, Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
Mike.
sure.
Yeah.
As all
Come on,
time?
man. Yeah, I'm gonna say, come on.
There it is, and
Come
that's
on.
self-explanatory. I ain't gotta say nothing after that.
Yeah.
Boom, Brooke, you next.
I'm gonna say,
Okay, so I'm gonna go from mine are actually listed in order, like.
No, she had time on her
Oh,
hands.
she's fancy.
No,
Look at her.
because like my top 5 has been my top 5 for like ever, so it hasn't changed at all. So it's just kind of like I just had to rearrange it in like actual order.
And this is our first
You know
time
you
hearing it
lying.
too. She didn't want to tell
I'm
us.
not
Yeah, she didn't
lying.
want to tell us either. Oh, my top 5 hasn't changed since I was 6 years old.
Shut up.
Come on, let's see it.
Anyway, so number 5 is Brian McKnight.
Ooh.
He is
Yeah.
okay
I
because
respect
I
that.
grew up. My mom was a big
see
fan
that.
of him, so like
Yeah.
I listened to it because she listened to it. So like I caught on to it. Like I went to his concert like 2-3 weeks ago in Orlando. Like he sounds amazing live as he does in the studio. Like I know like he's just a
He's
literally he's like he's a musician and
Yeah.
like his voice is so flawless. Like every song that he sings, like it like makes you like I don't know, like it gives me the chills because
Now-
it's like it's
Ah.
perfect.
Hold up. Now,
I mean-
I do got to say one thing, and I
What?
know no artist is perfect. There was one song I remember Brian McKnight making.
Started back at one.
No.
That's not how it goes. It's
Damn.
start back.
Oh my gosh, you knew where I was going with it.
Hey.
I had the melody.
There was one song he made, and I don't know if you've ever seen this. It
I
was
probably
on
know. I know like all the
It
songs.
was. I'm gonna show you how your works. Yeah,
song was that?
Can't try to be polite.
I was trying to be. I'm trying.
Wrong cut
that
podcast,
was,
boy.
That was a song he made. I was wondering because I remember actually getting it.
I mean, hey, that's okay.
No, I got some review from
He-
some ladies.
because
like,
he-
why
Did you
are
hear how
doing
she said that in her
No,
voice?
Look,
Listen.
Brooke, I figured Brooke would be fine with it.
The
but
way
I
he
got
sings it don't matter. Like literally, like okay. So when I went to his concert, like literally, it was one of those concerts where like everyone was just like kind of like in their seats, just watching him sing. Like that's how good he was.
He
Like
captivated
he
y'all,
just
huh?
captivated the audience with his voice. All he had was a guitar and his voice, and like a little like guitarist in the back and
Yeah,
some
Brian's
drums.
nasty, man. He nasty.
But like, it's probably one of like the most chillest but best concerts I've been to because you got to see an entertainer entertain the crowd with just with his body and his instrument. So he's just a really good artist and like all the stuff that he's done in the
Well,
past and who he's worked with in the past. So like, yeah, he's definitely a top 5.
He's number 5 on your list.
He's number 5 on my list.
okay,
Oh,
all right.
Okay, just want to make sure we.
And I'm a huge 90s fan, so I have like a lot of like 90s like songs on my iPod, like just in general. So kind of bringing it back to 90s again. Number 4 is Boyz II Men.
So, the group. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's a group, but like they kind of are one. Like
That's
I grew
interesting.
up listening to Boyz II Men. Like I know every song. Like and they're from Philly too. Shout out to Philly. Even though I'm not really from Philly, but like I represent Philly.
Close
Ah,
enough.
she.
I can say
Yeah,
close enough.
yeah, close enough. So
Neighbors.
yeah, and it's just they're an amazing group. Like acapella, like in the studio, like
I give
And
him that.
Boyz II Men
That was a
actually
pellet.
still does work.
yeah,
They did
and
the
they're
NBA All-Star
they're
game,
so.
right?
I feel like their songs are so timeless too, and like, so like they can be performing like for years to come because I feel like their songs are gonna be passed down like through generation. So it's like one of those things where they're just undeniably good. They're talented live in the studio. They have a lot of hits. I just grew up listening to them, and they're probably like in my top 5 in like most played artists of all time on my iPod. Like I literally was listening to them since I was like 10. Like remember when MSN had like those videos and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Like I would be up in there watching like their like music videos and stuff. So definitely top 4.
MSN.
And then top 3, kind of what you said, is Chris Brown. Obviously.
Gotta get
I
credit.
You know,
that's
as you-
gotta
listen,
get undeniable, man. Like,
Listen,
Chris-
I was
Chris
the
is-
like back then when you're in like middle school, like I was a die-hard Chris Brown fan.
Wait a minute. Okay.
She had posters.
wait, 'cause
Like,
you
yeah, I had
you remember
posters,
you
I had,
those
like-
girls that had Trey Songz or Chris Brown. So
Yeah, I
you
was Chris Brown.
Okay.
And my cousin was Trey Songz. But like Chris Brown was like, I was like in love with him. Like he was just so like, I don't know, maybe it's like the light skin thing in him.
Young boy just
yeah, he
turned
was just like,
16 and I got.
he was just
There you go, Miles. There you go.
he could sing.
He
Other, like
dance.
yeah, exactly. But as I got older, like that kind of like fangirl stuff kind of goes away, and I can actually like listen to his music without like being like all like fangirly.
He's incredible
And like
talent,
his
man.
albums like are probably my favorite albums of him are probably Fame and Fortune. Because I
Okay.
feel like, especially Fortune, I feel like Fortune was just like his first album of like his own creative like style to it. Like I feel like his Fame album was more of like him like trying to come back into the industry after the whole Rihanna thing happened. So it wasn't, and even like Graffiti too. But like
I can
yeah,
relate.
yeah,
Bro,
I feel like Fame put him back
Forgot
on the
about
map. It was just a really good album altogether, and then Fortune was like, I feel like that was like Chris Brown. Like I feel like it was like more of his creative style because you had like Big Sean on there and like Kevin McCall. Was he on that one? I think he was on that one.
Probably.
Well,
But,
for
like-
Strip, the song Strip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on.
Like-
that was Kevin
Well, let's
McCall.
hear the third one. We know
Sorry.
what Chris Brown do.
Sorry,
What
I
we
just
say?
love
We
him
know
so
he
much.
nasty.
He's just a great artist.
The
And then
second one.
the second one is Michael Jackson, of course.
I'm telling you.
God, you and Mike, y'all
All-
just
this is
the
all
same
time.
people.
Come on,
Okay,
man. Let's
bet,
be honest.
bet. All right, cool.
We're light
cool.
skinned.
No, first of
That's
all,
the third
Michael
time we
Jackson
mentioned that word.
was not light skinned. I want to make that be known. He
Yeah,
belonged-
okay.
Everyone
No
knows
one's
that.
arguing.
he belonged-
CQC.
No. I'm just making sure because Brooke was like, "Oh, we're light skinned." Make sure that you know he was a part of our team.
That's not why.
Our
I said he was-
team.
That's not why I
I'm
said.
gonna
That's
say
not
our
why I
team.
said he
Yeah,
was light skinned.
he was a part of our team. Yeah, look him up when he was a kid, even when he did.
We
Wanna
all
Rock With You.
know.
All right, I'm just making sure because
I
the
think,
world seemed to forget.
and I think they seen the movie The American Dream.
Yeah,
I
I've
hope they
seen that.
did. I agree.
Like I was a fan from like Michael Jackson, like when he first started, like obviously with Jackson 5, and then
Oh, you saw him when he first started?
I mean like through videos. Shut up, Cam. Like through videos and stuff, and like watching like the Wiz
Asshole.
and stuff, and like I would like be on YouTube like watching like the behind the scenes of like him making like thrillers and like just like watching all those
Yeah,
interviews
that
on
was a
YouTube. So like
hard-ass video.
that's what got
nasty.
me into Michael Jackson because like
That was a
obviously
hard
I'm
video.
too young to like actually have his influence because I wasn't really born when he was popping.
Michael was never not popular.
I mean like that's like when he was bringing out like Thriller.
Oh, you
album
mean
and,
when he
like,
was
yeah,
throwing
like,
the heavy
his
hitters?
like
Okay.
prime.
Okay.
So like I had to actually do my research on him, and then once I did my research on him, I was like, whoa, like
He
top,
nice.
yeah, number 2, and then number
Oh.
1.
Oh shit.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I know
Go
it.
ahead.
Everyone
Go
knows
ahead.
it.
Yeah, I can
Everyone
say- go ahead
knows
and
it.
Go ahead, say it.
Kanye West.
Kanye's.
Let me tell you about something about Kanye. People hate him. They talk smack about him. Let me tell you, Kanye is probably the best artist of this generation. Not this generation, but like of my generation. He's the most creative. You can't compare him to nobody.
No,
All of his albums.
that's a fact.
Yeah, that's
you
a
You
fact.
can't
you
compare.
can't compare him.
You
That's a
can't
fact.
compare him to
You
nobody.
can't
All-
compare Kanye
every
to
single one of
nobody.
his album is different than the next. You can see the progression of his creative like process of like how he does music, up until his new album now, Jesus is King. Like yeah, it's like literally like off like totally opposite of what he does, but like, he's always coming up with new things and like new ideas. I might not be a fan of him like personally. Obviously, I don't know him personally, so I'm not going to judge him off of that. But music wise, like he's definitely that's for me my top artist of all time overall.
Can I say this? Because you did bring up Jesus as
Oh.
King. So, just as a pinpoint, what do y'all think was more shocking? Kanye West doing like, I don't want to call it a gospel album, but mainly gospel tracks, or Snoop Dogg when he made his whole.
First of all, I
What was
didn't
more
hear Snoop.
shocking?
Shocking. I wasn't shocked with Kanye. I will tell you this because I feel like in the past, like you can kind of hear his spirituality, especially in Life of Pablo album. Like it was very like the Kurt Frank was on there with, so it's just like he was kind of like in that direction, like Jesus walks. Like you can kind of see it coming if he did do it. Like I wasn't like kind of like, what the heck is he doing? You can kind of like, okay, Kanye's trying to like something different.
I
Obviously,
think
he's
they
trying to change
wanna-
his mind.
But I
Most
think
of
that
those artists grew up in church, so it's kind of easy for them.
Yeah,
to
so it's just like you
track
kind of
back
know.
to-
But I
to
just
their
think
roots.
people are shocked by them too because of
What they
what
were,
they've done- what they-
Snoop
what
Dogg
they-
smoked weed
I
and he
was
was a
gonna say,
crip,
what they've
and then
gone
Kanye West went through all this craziness, shouting out slavery
My
was an
thing is,
option and all
what are
this
people
stuff.
surprised at? Why are people surprised at that?
Of what?
Of them doing music, of doing gospel music. What is so surprising?
I don't know
I feel
why.
like-
We're all God's children. So
That's
why?
why I can
And,
say, I'm
and
like,
I
what's
feel like too
surprising?
with that, like with the whole them switching up, like Snoop Dogg's not that much, but Kanye is like full blown like on that side now. But it's just like, who cares? Like let them do what they want to do. It's their creative process. If you don't like
really
it, cool.
say.
Like I know people want to have opinions and talk about it. Obviously, it's something to talk about. But like, if he wants to make an album of a Christian album, let him do it. I mean, for example, look at Tori Kelly. Like Tori Kelly didn't start out as a Christian artist. Like she was doing her pop thing, her individual stuff. And then she teamed up with Kurt Franklin, did like a whole gospel album, which was amazing. It won a Grammy, but like that's not what she came out doing. So it's just like, let them do what they want. Like let their creative process grow with however they want to grow. And I feel like that's how Kanye is, because people misunderstand his like whole thing. Obviously, yeah, he's a human being. He like makes mistakes. He's Kanye. He literally talks however he wants to talk. But like
That's true.
he's like let him go through his creative process. Like, you know.
Kanye, one of the people that's gonna say whatever the
And
hell
even
he wanna
even
say.
with his whole like clothing brand, like he literally changed the whole game in Adidas. Like
I
every
thought you were talking about the shirts with the rips in it.
I was gonna
mean,
say,
even-
I'm
I'm
not
like,
good-
I don't
I'm
never
not
wear
gonna-
that
I don't know the
shit.
clothing too well.
it's
I
kind
can't
of cool,
front.
but like his sneaker, but like he literally like changed Adidas. Like the
Okay.
way, even like in general, he literally changed the way. He's an influencer. He literally
Yeah,
like
he's
he's
an
an innovator.
influencer,
Like
He is an innovator.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
like
He
that's why I
is.
love him so much. He's like my number one because like not just as a like an artist like musically, but just in general. Like he's just a really good like he's good at what he does. He knows who he is.
He's got a lot of impact.
Yeah, a lot of impact.
Yeah,
So-
I'll give you that.
Respect,
But
respect,
stop
That's a nice top five.
talking bad about Kanye.
respect.
Kanye gonna do his thing. Give him that.
And also, if you go on my Instagram, I have like my graduation cap. It's like all of Kanye's albums on it. So it's
Oh,
pretty
you
cool.
really
Check that
Kanye.
out.
You Kanye
Oh, that's
heavy, heavy.
cute.
Okay,
Next.
bet. All right, so
Team Kanye.
My top five anyway is really just people who I just like because they have if you will, a unique tone or different flow. So that's kind of what I look for, and plus they're
And I feel like your style of
influential.
music is kind of like different than most. Like you have like the old soul type of thing.
No, I
Not
wouldn't even
old
say
soul,
that.
but, like-
they to me, it's just the flows are different. That's all.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah, yeah.
like so. All right, so I'm gonna start with my number one. It's gonna be Andre 3 Stacks, Andre 3000.
That's
I
fine.
actually would say Outkast because I actually do like Big Boy too.
Oh, yeah.
They were like really
Yeah.
good together. Like
Actually,
Yeah, they really
yeah,
are.
I can
they
really
were
say,
so
I like,
opposite, but like they worked.
I
you
like
know?
the group, but I like Andre 3000 lyrically by himself. He's done a lot of work lyrically by himself, and even in the earlier stuff that he's done with Outkast, if you really listen to him, you could be like, oh shit, he just put that together.
What's your favorite like song, like Outkast song or Andre 3000 song?
He actually did a verse with Rick Ross. It was on this song called 16, and
Oh, you
like
had me
it.
listen to
Yeah,
that.
I,
Yeah,
gotta say, I like that entire verse. He went on for like I think it was literally 16 bars. That's why the song is 16. He went on for 16 bars, just spitting. And you would think at one point is he being extra conscious? But you're like, no, he's speaking pretty normal. It's just in a different type of cadence, a different kind of speech, using different kind of words. So I like that stuff in
And
artists.
it's how Outkast was in general. Like
Yeah, they were
made you,
just
like,
they were
think-
unique. They
Yeah.
were unique. So I always like unique flows. Plus, Andre is an influencer from even the if you will the pop culture stuff that he did, from Hey Y'all with Outkast and to I Like the Way You Move. They transition a lot of stuff. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's
they
that
had-
fun right
They
there.
They were like,
transition, and then
"What
think about it.
do
Andre is now an actor too. They did
He really
Idlewild.
is.
Come on, like Andre's been on a lot of stuff. So
What was that show that you always used to watch? What's it
Class of 3000. Jeez.
Class of
Yeah, I can
3000.
really say. And that
He
they took
always
that
talked
off the
about
air.
that.
Yo, that cartoon meant a lot. And the fact that they took 3 Stacks off the air, that's so disrespectful. But that's a whole nother story. I'm not even gonna get into it. It
Yeah.
hurts. So my
Hurts the
second
soul.
artist, my second artist is Common.
Respect.
Yeah,
Much
I
respect.
can
Common's
say
good, yeah.
yeah,
He's
Much
very-
Common.
respect.
Common has to me, he has a different, smooth, kind of silky
Like
flow
kind
with
of
his
like
rap.
not poetic, but like
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's
it's
poetic.
poetic. It's kind of like a Wale. Like Wale's like flow is like kind of poetic.
It's so again, and you look at his influence in Chicago, and then the other stuff that he does around with. He was involved in some of the White House coronation stuff, if I'm not
Even
mistaken.
acting too.
Yeah. So yeah, They all have big influences. I think those two are my top big influences.
I like that. That's good.
right.
Top 2.
So my next one is actually one that I feel gets overlooked a lot, and that would happen to be Big Crit. I think Big Crit gets overlooked a lot, and I think he does some good lyrical work. I know Brooke is looking at me like, who the hell?
I know Big Crit is.
Nah, I'm messing with you.
I don't listen to him, but
yeah,
I know
no, I think people need to listen to him.
he can
a bit
flow,
more.
though.
He has a well. If you listen to him, I've heard some people be like, "Oh, he's just like an updated version of Big Boy." You know, he from the South, got a kind of big boyish flow. But I think he's just different from everybody. I think you can understand who Big Crit is through his music. I don't want to say he has a big cultural influence, like that, but he does have an influence on the South music as far as where it goes. So that's my third one. Yeah. Fourth, I'm gonna start transitioning into singers. So. This is hard.
Oh.
My fourth one is Musiq Soulchild.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh,
To
man,
me,
you bring it back, Kim.
Yeah, I can really say to me, he's
bringing it back, Kim.
I can't not say that this man was. He was a huge part of my childhood the whole time. Listen to him. This is when the radio actually used to play neo soul and good music on the radio. No disrespect to anybody that's on the radio.
The Quiet Storm.
Yeah, they used to play. Yeah, no,
Quiet Storm.
you feel what I'm saying? They used to play Lauryn Hill and all those type of people on the radio station. But that's when you used to be able to hear Musiq Soulchild and those type of artists. So
that's very true. Especially when I'm from Jersey, so I get the Philly radio.
Yeah.
They played that all the time. Musiq Soulchild was always
absolutely.
on the radio.
Yeah,
always.
man, he was fire to me. Always will be. And he's an R&B legend. I think he's made his own right in his own lane.
Wasn't he like blind or something, or like?
No, there was a story about why he wears the shades or something.
Oh,
like
it was
that,
fake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he said his uncle or somebody stabbed him in the eye or something like that with a fork by accident or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I wish I could ask Musiq himself why he wears it, but I think Charlemagne did it. I think so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my fifth.
That was a good one, Kim.
Yeah, I like him. Fifth one. It was Brian McKnight, but it teeters and totters into Nat King Cole too.
That's very old school.
Obviously, I was not alive to see Nat King Cole. He even died before I was alive. However,
you can still listen to his music.
Yeah, that's facts. His
that's
influence.
the one good thing about music, because it's like timeless. You can
It keeps
listen to
going,
it.
yes.
So no matter how old it is, you can still listen to it.
Nat King Cole had, of course, classic songs like Love. L is for the way you look at me. For some of those people that don't know.
Okay, so if you don't know who that is, have you ever watched The Parent Trap?
Yes.
Bam.
That song.
The beginning
there
song.
You go. The typical
L
song. But he had other
is
songs too, like
for the
Unforgettable.
way.
And I know some people are gonna be like, Cam, what the hell you talking about, bro? I know. But
Even his Christmas song.
yeah, the Christmas song. That's his
Y'all know
stuff.
that
And
one,
y'all listen
so-
to that every Christmas. I know you do.
They probably just don't know who
They
it
don't know
is.
who it is.
Yeah.
I
They
was gonna
just
say,
don't know who it
don't
is,
probably
though.
know who it is. And then, not to mention, I believe he was the first African American male to have his own show on TV.
I can see that.
I believe so. I don't have my laptop, but I'm pretty sure of it. If I'm factual,
Sure,
somebody fact check me real
You
quick.
looking at it? I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah. So Nat King Cole, and the only reason, or not the only reason, but the reason why I got into him, my parents, or my dad more specifically, had me listening to a lot of jazz, from like Dizzy Gillespie to Count Basie and all kind of stuff. And then I ran across Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it says the first African American star to have their own television show, Nat King Cole.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Yeah, he was the first to have it nationwide.
Yes. So that's also why I pay homage to him.
Know.
And his music was incredible too. He had a melisma in his voice back then, which, and even till today, still resonates with a whole lot of people.
And I feel like too, like with the way he sounds. And I say this, don't think I'm saying like trying to do like a division or whatever, but I feel like for me personally, like when I first heard like him, I thought it was a white guy. So I feel like maybe he's
A lot of people
You
do
know?
think that,
I know.
especially
Yeah,
in
I
the
can
Christmas
say-
song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know it was
Especially
him.
for that
So it's like,
Christmas
I feel
song.
like that's probably what helped him get his own TV show, because like you don't think on the radio, you don't think who it is. Like
for what it
you
is.
gravitate to the voice, not the person. So it's like, of course, you're gonna like.
Yeah.
That's good that he actually had that type of like impact at a time where blacks and whites were separate. So.
Yeah. So that's really my top 5, and I still listen to all of them to this day, and I'm sure you guys listen to all y'all favorite artists to this day. So, yeah.
What's your favorite? Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, it's kind of like taking it back again. We can kind of like do this like as a side one. But what's your favorite songs from each artist?
Oh shoot.
Nah, don't, bro.
Look, yeah, you really trying to get us
I
a
can really
thing.
say, yo.
I was just gonna say I had an honorable mention in August Alsina because I thought he was gonna
Okay.
really
Yeah,
be.
we won't get into
Oh,
that.
now we doing
somebody.
honorable mentions?
I'm just saying. I just
gotta-
thought of
Honestly, too, my sixth one was Stevie Wonder. He was my sixth.
That's a like you
So
can't. Go wrong
I
with
be
Stevie.
going hard to the Stevie Wonder in my car.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Stevie.
So you have honorable then?
Damn. See,
What are
now
women
I
at?
got.
I did have Tori Kelly and
Ella
Lauryn
Fitzgerald.
Hill.
All right.
I'm gonna say that. That's
I'm
my
gonna say for
honorable mention
my females, it's gonna be Tori Kelly and Lauryn Hill, and Mary J. Blige.
Oh, Mary J.
Those are like
Mary
my three
J.
female like ones.
Yeah, Mary.
They're definitely top 10 or top 20.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Mary's
shout out to them.
But as far as like,
it is International Women's Day too. So.
yeah, shout out.
Oh
to
yeah,
them.
shout out to all
Shout
the
out to
women
all
out
the
there.
women.
Y'all may be
So
watching it
sorry,
on
yeah.
a different day, but
Yeah.
we're doing
Women-
this episode
Yes.
is on.
Women run the world.
Just because
Beyonce
said it. Doesn't
Beyonce
mean,
said it first,
just because
but
Jim Brown. What did it say? Well, damn, he did say. Well, this is a man's world.
It wouldn't be anything without the both of us. How about that?
it's a man's world, but it's
Mediocre.
nothing without a woman and a girl.
Okay, yeah, but y'all want us to leave.
Look, I'm not even trying to
Look,
start
that's a
that.
whole nother-
division. Yeah, I can say I'm not even trying to start that.
But yeah, so this is like a fun episode. We just wanted to give you guys an opinion, like an
And
outlook
who are
on
y'all
like
favorite artists? Can you comment on anywhere? Tell us who y'all favorite artists
Who do you
are.
think had the best
talking
one
and
out of
you
us
interrupted
three?
me talking.
What did
When
y'all
you were
have?
talking.
Oh, they going at it. They going at it.
When you was talking,
Just now.
you were.
Yeah, Cam.
What'd you say?
Why y'all whispering?
Nobody whispering.
My
Mom.
feelings.
Now your feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
She's
I
like-
didn't mean
she-
to. And
you
it's
ought to make her
international
cry her
Women's Day.
eyelashes off.
I can really say it's in. I don't want you. No. Go ahead. Speak.
No, I'm
speak.
just- go ahead.
Speak your mind. I'm so sorry.
I was just joking. Good.
Oh, all right, but
Now y'all being polite. Go.
Miles, what's wrong with you?
Miles
man?
mad.
What's wrong with you? He gets so hyped. Look at you. You got your blue shirt. You ain't even give your brothers a shout out.
Oh, it's on the
Right?
it's been on the wall for the past I don't know how many episodes. Shout out to the man of Phi Beta
You
Sigma
always get
Fraternity
hype, Cam.
Incorporated. Blue Fight to the mob.
There you go.
Shout out
to
to my sisters of Theta Phi Alpha, Beta Omega.
Let's see what you started.
them. Yeah. Nah. That's the truth. But anyway, no. You done made me get off track, bro. Good
Talking
job.
about top 5 in the comment section below.
Oh yeah, y'all tell us who y'all favorite artists are. We need to know. I want to know because I want to see who people are listening to. It could be old or young. Like I said, top 5 dead or alive.
You know you're gonna get someone say Megan Thee Stallion. Someone's gonna comment. Megan
They
Thee
better not
Stallion.
say her.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
but
why
someone's
not,
gonna
bro?
do it.
Why not?
Someone's gonna do it.
Why
Someone's
not,
gonna
bro?
do it.
Wait, hold up. Why not Megan Thee Stallion?
Someone's
what's
gonna do
wrong
it.
with Megan Thee Stallion?
Someone's gonna do it.
What's wrong?
Cardi B.
Oh, so you
wow,
Cardi
that's
B
how
over
you
Megan.
went on that note.
No, I'm just saying they're gonna vote for Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, like that whole.
On
era.
that note, it's up to y'all. That's y'all listen.
Yeah,
Everything.
y'all figure that out and tell us.
But at the end of the day, I'm Miles,
I'm Brooke.
Cam.
and we the Culture Check. We out.
Yep.